maybe 2, sometimes 3 wet wipes. Then I move on to standard toilet paper for the final assault. Let me know how you're going, Stu. Yeah, if it's a massive emergency, I'll just jump straight into the shower. Yeah, I don't care. Oh, we're on. Welcome, one and all. We're back. We're front, we're up, we're down. We're probably the most bipolar beer review podcast on the internet. Maybe even the only one. It's the Lager Logs Points of View with Tom and Stu. I'm Tom, he's Stu. Say hello, Stu.
Good God, hello. Hello. We're here.
You look exhausted. What's been going on, man?
It's all go.
It's all go?
Yeah, between life and my ongoing battle with the fruit flies. I feel like a man on the edge.
Everybody needs a hobby.
They're already here. And I could confirm my wife sees them too. It's not just a case of me. I just see things that aren't there.
The FAs again.
Man, last week when I opened, was it the Ting Sao? And all of a sudden I just felt like I attracted a swarm. And it just made me think, now I'm just going to have to use it like almost like a flare. I'm going to have to crack one open and launch it across the room so all the flies could go that way. Remember in the first Jurassic Park where it's nighttime and the T-Rex comes out and they're pissing about with flares trying to distract, and they launch one and they throw it in hopes that it would follow it. I want to kind of recreate the same with like a bottle of FAs, launch it across the room.
You
just hope the swarm follow it because there's fucking nothing else.
You just need like a prop bottle in the room, so I'll kind of go to that one and take that as the bait, and you can be cracking open the real thing over here. Stu, your cheeks look very naked. What's happened there?
There's been I've kind of the fact that you just talked about my cheeks just threw me completely. Yes,
look,
I
mean, I've noticed as soon as you've done it. Obviously, I tend to notice little details like that, whether my co-host's chin is missing or not.
Oh wait, he has a neck.
I had no idea. Surprises galore tonight. This week, my week's gone pretty well. I found the cure for the common cold, but I ended up locking it in the freezer. And although I did try to quit heroin, it was all in vain. But forget all that shit. It's the best part of the week. It's beer o'clock. It's time to turn on, tune in, and drop out and join us for the very best beer blether Britain has to offer. For those who don't know, if you can sort your globe, that's the one giving France a friendly teabagging. So yeah, as per usual, tonight we have something cold, my reflection, something new, Stu's Asbo, something borrowed, podcasting for dummies from the public library, and something blue, our balls. We're having a friendly game of snooker after the show if anyone wants to join us. Bagsy skins. Buddy, let's cut to the chase. Too much drama. We've had, Fly Park. Mm-hmm. Shall we have one?
A beer?
Yes.
On this show?
On this show.
It would be rude not to.
That sounds good to me. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. I'm thinking first beer up tonight. I thought we'd go for the lighter option to start with, and that is Courage Best Bitter. There we are. That's the one.
I know, that's a backwards image.
The main culprit.
Take Courage Best Bitter.
Best Bitter.
Let's see if the flies like this.
Right, both. I'm unsure whether I've had this one before, but Stu, both these beers tonight are new tastes for you, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that smells absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna pour that bad boy. Man, these have been in the fridge so long. I get so excited. You leave me waiting so long. I'm ready to record at like 1 p.m.
You're still talking about the show, eh?
I'm very unsure. Very unsure. Looking good, yeah?
Yeah,
lovely stuff. All right, cheers, buddy.
A good amber colour to it.
Yeah, very nice, mate. Long awaited sippage. Cheers, bud.
Yes, there was a fly in my eye level there.
Keeping your guard there. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. What do you reckon?
I was going to say it's sort of strong and bitter, but it isn't that strong. I think
it's
just because it isn't actually really nice and cold.
Yeah, it's just. I mean,
It'd be refreshing.
It's clocking in at 3.6%. So this just scrapes into the best bitter category, which is a subgenre we haven't dived into so far, being
Mhm.
a tad stronger than your standard bitter or pale ale, and a tad weaker than your premium or strong bitter. Talking of strong bitters, we got Trooper on episode 1, and
Mhm.
Old Speckled Hen on episode 3. So turn this crap off and go check them out. What are you doing? I think this might be the oldest beer we've done on the show so far. Courage Brewery was founded in 1787, so we have a nearly 200-year-old beer here. Can't believe, well, more than 200 years. I can't believe Home Bargains didn't slap a yellow sticker on this and bang it in the reduced section. I'm disgusted. This is well out of date. So yeah, the brewing rights have changed hands a few times over the years, but it was originally created in Bermondsey, southeast London, by John Courage. What a name! Um, they have a lot of retired beers listed, unfortunately, and concentrate more now on their big three. They do a light ale or standard bitter version, which I've never actually seen knocking about. But that's a 3.2 percentage variant. And because I'm a seasoned podcast pro, I tried the stronger bitter version of this last night. And for
Oh,
me to discuss that, I need a segue, and I found one. Last beers watched. Did you like that? Are you impressed with that?
you done really good. There
Is
was a
that
nice
smooth?
segue going
Is that
there. You
smooth?
got there, and you still used the old title.
Did we get the old title? This is the title. What do you mean?
This week in beers
Did we
was
go for that one?
so much better. I did,
Okay, we'll do
and
a vote on that one. We'll
I
do a vote after
agreed.
the show on that
Yeah,
one. Don't worry.
it'll
We'll
be
do.
50-50 like every fucking vote we do. We never agree. 50-50.
We need someone to step in. We need a third person on this. Clearly, is Ken busy? So yeah, I had Courage Superior Ale, which has a deeper color and a deeper taste.
All
That
right.
one is a cask classic. From what I've read, haven't seen it around myself. Prefer it over this one. Yeah, it's a lot. It's I wouldn't say a lot, but it's a bit crisper and kind of fruity, but in a
Mm.
nice way. But yeah, moonwalking back a little bit. Or would you like to dive into your last beers watched first, Shu?
Yep. It was the Jennings Cumberland Golden Beer.
Mm.
So this was one of the, I was going to say, home bargain exclusives up in Scotland because there was none at your end.
Yeah,
So
unfortunately. No, that was one that I couldn't track down, sadly.
yeah.
Cried for
Um,
3 nights over that.
I know I just kept sending you pictures of it as well, but
Those ones with
alas,
you naked drinking it were very unnecessary.
I just wanted to show you I have range.
Yeah, Blue Steel, I think was you just about got that.
Anyway, Jennings quote themselves as "There's more to the lakes than meet the eye." But to be honest, if this was my first golden beer, I was kind of bitterly disappointed.
Is that a joke? Was that a pun? Was
I
he
know when I said bitter,
trolling
it's
back
like
there? That's pretty good. I like it
it
though.
was kind of one of those ones where it's almost as you're just kind of like remember when you. Yeah, I was gonna say remember when you would do this when you were hungover, but it was always things I've seen my parents do, where they would get like the big aspirin tablet and drop it in a glass of
Oh
water,
yeah, the old Alka
water,
Seltzer.
and you have to drink it. That's almost what I could compare it to. Just
Really?
like it's all right, but man, it was like a chore to get through it.
Mm.
Wasn't really enjoying it. It was. It just had again like yes, all beer tends to be better, but this one just wasn't fun to drink.
That's a shame.
It
That's a
wasn't
shame.
like I hated it, but I just like I'll get through it. It's as if your funny pal for England bought you a beer that you should really like, and then you just drink it just to be polite.
You had much experience with that?
One or two times.
That's a shame, man. That's a shame. Yeah, I mean, as I say, it's for me, Golden Ale's always kind of somewhere in the middle between a bitter and a lager. It's kind of usually the
Right.
best of the
Mhm.
best of both worlds.
Could you
Well,
recommend a good one?
again, I think I did tell you about this, but the Wainwright Golden Ale.
Yeah, you did.
I remember having a nice little gathering, and a couple of kegs of that just to wet the whistle. And it was actually really nice. So again, I'm not a huge fan, but as I say, I think the good ones tend to be the best of both worlds. But it's a shame that you had a
Well,
bit of
that's it.
a.
Disappointed in my first try,
Oh, it's a
but
shame, mate.
I'm
There's
happy to try the Wainwright one.
definitely there's more to do, and I'm certain I might have seen that in Home Bargains. So, for a little tip there for you. Um,
That's foreshadowing,
so
folks.
that was trying to be a bit dramatic with that. Was it that obvious? I need to work on that. So yeah, that was your
That
week in beer? What
Yes.
week in beer? That'd be a good title for this segment, I would think.
Tom, you've clearly been drinking more than me. Just tell me what you've
Uh,
had.
so yeah, moonwalking back a little bit from last night's dip into the Courage Superior Ale. The weekend I actually had a cask ale I got on with. So yes, there is hope for me yet. I had Davenport's Original Bitter, which is a classic Midlands beer, and I feel like I really dug it. Although it's got a fairly decent bite behind it, it was more smooth and more like a mild than a
Right.
usual cask ale. I really liked it. And the International Pale Lager fandom continues as Sunday. I dipped into a few cans of Birra Moretti. Very satisfying, crisp Italian brewski, which I
All right.
revisited during the week, so it must be love. And to top it off, because I'm a masochist, I dipped into Bomonte, the other Turkish lager we discussed last week on the show, made by Efes. And
Hmm.
yeah, completely surprised me. It was a lot better than the
Ah,
standard Efes Pilsner we did on the show. A lot
yeah.
better. And yeah, man, I'm telling you now, the darker brews are the ones close to my heart, but the International Pale Lager is really working for me at the moment. They seem to be, crisp, a nice bitter twang to them, but overall kind of smooth and very quaffable. I would say so. Yeah, pretty decent week for me. How are you getting on with your courage?
It isn't bad. I could actually just sit and drink this.
You feeling like the Cowardly Lion yet, or
Well, if this is courage, I've found it.
we need that on the advert?
Just
Honestly, guys, invest in this man. He's got ideas for your product. Honestly. Um,
when it gets to the moment where they confront the wicked witch and the lion's just pissed as a fart. Oh no, we're in trouble. We could do with a lion to back us up. And he's just vomiting behind a tree after getting off the bus.
I think I've heard that story of yours. Did you not want to tell that one now?
That's more foreshadowing.
Good, good. It seems like we've got some kind of exciting show on our hands. What's wrong with us?
Yeah, we just have to get to those shows. Sorry,
They're in
Tom.
us somewhere. They're inside, deep inside, but we're gonna get to them. We appreciate people sticking around for those shows, but you're in for a long wait. I'd give it a couple of years, honestly. Give it a couple of years. I'm thinking 2022 is going to be our best year. It's going to be a big year for us. I can feel it. I can feel it deep inside. I mean, I can feel it at the bottom of my testes, really, is what I want to say to you. Right there. Just there. Oh, no, I think it's another torsion coming on. Oh,
Three
no.
times he's mentioned.
Ring,
his
ring,
testicles.
ring. Must be
For
proud of them or something.
for the audience listening at home.
We're recording this for that. I thought it was just yours and you and me and our personal
Memory
collection
bank.
of audio recording memory
Yeah.
bank. I was
This
thinking of
is
some. I was thinking of something else, but
not the other bank. No.
now
Sorry, no.
West.
This is all for my time capsule that I'm going to go bury in the garden.
That's gonna be a sad day once they once they dig that up.
Exactly.
Years
Find a
into the
little
future.
SSD drive. Is it? Oh my God! What is this? This must have relics of the past. No, it's full of MP3s with two folk getting pissed. There's all that space on there for quality. Man.
That's our legacy. Come on, Stu, that's our legacy, man. Honestly, you got to be
Yeah,
thinking ahead of these things, and
I'm
I'm
going to leave this
glad that you are.
podcast to my children.
Are they going to take it over, or just to listen to and be very sad about, their father's history.
Well, that's it. Fast forward 40, 50 years, and it'll be like another season. It's just my children apologising. God, if you're still alive, I'm sorry I had to listen to them too.
We have to do like an even amount of episodes. Well, an episodes to apologies ratio, basically, is what you're telling me.
That's what I do mostly on Twitter. Speaking of social media, you
that would be. Do you try and do the segue? Hey, the segue is a my thing, dude. Come on.
I know you can only fit one person on a segue, but fucking
that
shit.
was good. That was good for you. I like that. That was pretty good.
Well, don't let me fucking finish it. Yes, that little symbol, the lager logs. Right, you can laugh now. Yes.
So we have, that's the Instagram that we have. No, Twitter, that is.
Yep, it's just two.
Instagram, yes. And a website.
Yep, just put .com on it.
We've got it all covered, guys. We got it all covered.
Our reach is spreading. I'm constantly getting emails. Come on, Tom. Not everything is a double goddamn entendre.
That was just an entendre. There's no double behind that.
I just like saying double, okay? That's why I'll probably have a double IPA before the others. But
nice callback.
Anyway, yeah, we're getting more emails. We are now on Apple Podcasts. We are on Google Podcasts.
Deezer has just landed.
Yes, Deezer. TuneIn Radio, which
Deezer nuts.
Works with Tom. That's the fourth mention of them.
This is honestly, this is not intended.
If you talk to your Amazon listening device, if you shout like Alexa, play the lager logs. If you do it in your nice clearest Queen's English, it might start, like, it'll want to start the episode. It'll tell you the name of the podcast, the name of the episode, then it'll change its mind.
Useful. Very useful. Skynet has clearly taken over earlier than we thought.
It clearly has like a character limit. And the fact that I had to pronounce Green King's IPA Reserve and Hoegaarden wheat beer.
Be careful. Careful with that last one.
Just saying that was like, oh, nah, you don't want to listen to that. So yes, iHeartRadio, they've now put us on, and we got an email from Amazon because they're launching a podcast market now. So we've got an invitation email to join them.
Wow, that's amazing.
So
that's exciting news.
So
can I buy my Porsche? Can I do that tomorrow? I think it's a good investment at this stage of our podcasting career.
Well, Tom, we only live once.
It's not what I've heard. It's not what Blofeld told me. So to sum up with our beer after that exciting news, as Stu said, yeah, check it out. Lots of options. It's all going on. Yeah, wherever you listen to your podcasts, we're going to be there. We're just there. But like a shadow behind you, just jumping on you, just stalking our prey like wild beasts. Yeah, how much was this beer anyway?
I feel this was maybe more than your normal 150. Maybe 169 a bottle.
Yeah,
179 for the Newcastle Brown.
Yeah, that was a bit more expensive. Yeah, but I think definitely worth it. But yeah, I think I really like this. Yeah, I cannot still remember whether I've had it before. But as I say, there's not a lot of difference compared to the stronger bitter. It's got a bit like a tad deeper color and a bit of a deeper taste, but very similar. And again, I mean, if you blindfolded me, I don't think I could tell that much difference apart from the two. So, gets my thumbs up.
Cheers.
Are you still? Oh, of course, yeah. I'm hosting. I forget.
Exactly. It takes you a lot longer to finish your drinks. See, normally when it's your Saturday night Skype session, you always seem to end up with an empty tumbler randomly.
Randomly, yeah.
It's like you duck off camera to sink it and then come back.
No, it's stolen during our recording.
Or
honestly.
see that when you go for like your piss break, you're actually just having another drink.
No, honestly, piss break. I can't tear myself away from our conversation. I piss into the glass, just put it aside. Obviously, when I'm pissing,
All right,
also
water world, that's enough.
when I'm pissing, I also remove my balls as well because I haven't mentioned them yet. So, all right, John Cena, chill out.
That's Booker T. 5 times. 5 times.
John Cena more like this. John Cena
It is the same.
He does that one. He does.
Yeah, Cena is Spock. Right. Anyway, avoid all those silly pop culture references.
Yeah. Who wants to talk about that?
That beer, take courage, wasn't half bad.
That's good. I'm glad that's a very strong recommendation coming from you. So good to hear, man. Second beer, if you want to jump on it.
Intimidating.
How are you feeling about this?
Yeah, I've always looked at like Newcastle Brown Ale, going, "Oh no, fuck that." That's you don't drink that. Look at the color of it.
That's how you really feel, Stu.
And then when I see you sit and drink it on Skype, it's like, how could he put it away so easily?
Well, I'm a big fan. We have another English classic here. We have another brown ale. And Stu, I'm thinking, I'm hoping, I'm praying you're going to like it a bit more than Hobgoblin, as it's a lot lighter. Watch you go. And kind of the gold standard of brown ales. Did we actually say this is Newcastle Brown, yeah?
Yes, Newcastle Brown Ale. On the bottle it says the one and only.
The one and only, yeah. Chesney Hawkes has got shares in the company. It's a bit sweeter and maybe more refreshing than Hobby, I would say, in terms of what I think you could get from this beverage. So I'm going to pour mine up or out, wherever it wants to go.
I've already got a whiff. This is questionable.
Bit leafy, isn't it? Maybe some kind of coriander vibes from it.
The dregs from that courage wasn't pleasant.
That's why I'm thinking 2 glasses going forward is a good option. So yeah, there's not a massive and I've overspilled. Whoops. Yeah, there's not a massive head on it.
I can actually see you through this.
That's not me tasting. That's just me trying to lick it up.
Don't even bother finishing that
a little bit, just so it doesn't overspill. Right, cheers. I'm gonna lower my head to this because it's going everywhere. Cheers, man.
This looks like tar. Cheers. Okay, not what I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
You can just really, like a strong, bitter, like to the point where just like you actually cringe when you swallow it.
Yeah. It's nothing like.
It's not even better. There's again. Is there a kick?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like it's softer than I imagined.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, it's a bit lighter and it's a bit more kind of sweeter than, say, Hobgoblin, which we did last episode. So I'm thinking that it might be a bit more drinkable for you.
Yeah.
So I mean,
could be
it's in the title. First brewed in Newcastle upon Tyne in 1927. It's a classic English ale. It's iconic. It stands on its own, and I once drank 9 of them and needed a foot-long Italian BMT urgently. Subway knew immediately they had another brown ale-induced emergency on their hands as soon as I landed. Apparently, I was reading today, there's a really dreadful version produced for the American market that's brewed with their own hops. Really would be interested to see how it differs to the real thing. But yeah, it's a big favourite of mine. Just very, very drinkable, I think. In terms of just the consistency and the taste, it's not too not too gassy. It's more
Aye.
like a kind of maybe like a sweeter lager. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's definitely got its own kind of vibe. Nuki Brown has in comparison to
Yeah,
a
it
lot
isn't
of
as
the other brown
gassy.
ales.
Hmm
But
It is a mystery, this drink.
well, while you mull that over, I'm thinking a tepid topic, our second topic for this evening. I think this is a recurring part of the show. We're trying to make it a recurring part of the show. Beer timeline, or my journey in beer / beer chronology, or our descent into alcoholism. I know, catchy title. I made it up myself. I think last episode we discussed your bowls day, Stu. So we've whizzed up to like what, early 20s now?
Yeah, mid
Yeah.
to the late.
And I'm gagging to hear more.
Hmm
You
So,
left me on a
uh,
cliffhanger last time.
this
Did you end up
occasion,
having sex with that old man or not?
I don't tell these stories.
Do you mean to? Oh,
Yeah, it
okay.
doesn't matter how much
Oh,
of this dark
I'm,
liquid you try to
I'm gonna
fill me with.
I'm gonna get it
I
out of
will
you.
not.
I'm gonna
I
get it out
will
of you.
not.
Honestly, it's coming. It's coming. I can feel it.
You're gonna have to send me a subscription box of lager, then. But it's not
I'm not
happening.
paying for your OnlyFans. There's absolutely no way.
God damn it!
Absolutely
I've got nice
no
feet.
way.
You should see my toes.
I don't. I mean, what do I say to that? I don't know what
Exactly.
to say to
Say
that.
nothing,
Where can we
and
go
I'll
from
tell
there?
you a story.
Oh, okay, I'm ready. You gonna tuck me into
Right.
bed?
So, you fucking tuck yourself in. I've already put two kids to sleep. I don't need a third.
Okay,
So,
Daddy.
that's a lie.
That sounded weird. That sounded weird. All right, Stu.
Don't do that again. Do not do that again. We're friends. Never say those words to me. I don't want to hear those syllables paired again.
Okay,
Is this
moving
what,
on.
like,
Let's move
it's
on.
bad enough that you refer to Newcastle Brown Ale as Nookie?
Nuki Brown?
Yep. That,
No, is that not
that
working for you? That's
I,
what
I
most people
guess I
call
guess
it.
it works, but to me it's like, oh, that's an unfortunate nickname. But anyway,
Okay, okay.
anyway,
I didn't mean to trigger you so much with the Nuki Brown, but
and
you,
then he says it again.
yeah. I'm not gonna say it again. I don't want to. Is it your safe word?
It says I'm
So,
about to go nuclear, but no.
Nuclear Brown. Yeah, that's toilet after McDonald's. That is.
What is that burger sauce, by the way? Anyway,
On McDonald's, which one? I think it's the toxic waste they put on the quarter pounders. Yeah,
mhm.
doesn't stop it from being tasty though.
So beer chronologically.
We're still
That,
working on
that
that.
was close. Let's reel it back in
Title
to
in
the topic.
progress.
Exactly. And I will just hit my microphone. I like how like it's a show that consists of two beers. They've drank one beer. They've taken a fifth of the second beer. Now they're just idiots. Idiots
I think
on
for
air.
the beginning, we managed to cover it up a little bit better. For the first 40% of the show. But yeah, you were saying, Stuart, please.
Yes, okay. I was a leaving do at work. So this is at a stage in my mid to late 20s, working as an aspiring library assistant, and someone decided to leave. And I thought, fuck that life, I'm out of here. So we ended up going to one of my colleagues' houses first, and of course, in the libraries, it tends to be really sorry. This Nookie Brown's just hanging
Stop
on my
saying
chest.
Nuki. Told you, please. And
And
yes, 3 more Spanx, mistress.
I worked with mostly women, so
Me too. Story of my life.
so I was always trying to be kind of like the only guy type of thing. But when we went to one of my colleagues' house, she made cocktails, and I was like, ugh, okay. I'm still in my phase of Jack and Coke or die. Okay, I'll have this fancy orange cocktail. Okay, oh, this fancy pink cocktail tastes nice too. What happens if you put them together? oh, this is even fancier. And
Was
then
it a woo woo?
no, I probably would have remembered that just based off Ric Flair. But
No doves or twin handguns anywhere, no?
the sex talk, what's this?
It's just a John Woo Woo.
Oh,
It's
Jesus
okay.
Christ.
It's okay.
Sorry.
I was revealing our secret podcast history.
Yeah, sorry.
Don't get me
Belated
wrong.
happy
We're new to
birthday
this.
to
We're
the
new
big
to
John
this.
Woo. So that wasn't a good start to the night. Had a few drinks, went into town after it,
Amazing start to
and
me.
I decided to just drink purely cider, just cider, because I drank beer the week before and threw up. That might have been a better story to tell, but this story kind of has the same ending anyway. So cider, and then it's like, oh, black aftershock. What's the worst that could happen?
Ouch.
And who told me the thing that you have to do with black aftershock is treat it like mouthwash? Take a shot, hold it in your mouth for 30 seconds,
Oh,
rinse, swallow the shot.
What's the best your? I think it was probably the best your teeth look for years. Wasn't
Black
it?
So I bought one
Looking like
for
Wurzel
me,
Gummidge.
one for the lassie that was leaving. She promptly looked at him going, ha, no way, fuck you. And I was like, fair enough, I'll have both. One shot, two shot, 30 seconds, swish, swish, swish. And what was left of the shot glasses, I just dropped them into my tumbler of cider and decided to finish the cider. And then, of course, 10 seconds later, I was like, whoa, outer body experience. Like, oh no. It's like the opening scene of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, where you hear the narration for it, like Hunter S. Thompson saying, we're just outside Nevada and the drugs began to take hold. That's what I was like, holding my tumbler, shaking, leaving my body. And then it's like, right, okay, I'll run to the toilet, just get over and done with, just projectile vomit and get back to the pub.
Oh yeah, that's the troopers, way forward. Yeah. That is, get rid of it, carry on, bevying yourself up.
I'm no trooper, so I projectile vomited, then decided to just become just a lifeless body lying in a toilet cubicle. Just lying there doing like labored breathing. There's no child, but you're there just going. Like I could bring it back. I could do this, and it's not happening.
Giving birth to a lovely black baby of aftershock. Angelina Jolie wants to adopt that.
And eventually, a children's development officer, like the person in charge,
what?
Working in the library. So it was person in charge of the children's library.
Okay, that makes sense.
Decided to come into the gents to try and rescue me. And it's like, oh, what are you doing here? Is it, Stuart, I've got you a tumbler of water. I'm just going to pass it through to you. And of course, you're in a toilet cubicle. Yeah. She's holding the tumbler. I won't do it here because I'll ruin my laptop. She turns the tumbler sideways to fit under the cubicle and turns it back up. Which at that point is then an empty tumbler. The contents of that tumbler, the water, she just poured across my jeans and handed me an empty glass. And was like, thanks, Suzanne. That was my story.
Wow, that was. I got to give a round of applause for that. Should be
shorter. Maybe in editing, I'll tighten that up a little.
No, I want the full detail because that was incredible, honestly.
Also, on that fateful night, another colleague of mine punched another colleague in the back of the head with her house keys.
Normal. Accident. Very normal. Very normal, I would say. Does that not normally happen like out for you? That's every night for me.
I think I spent the journey home holding my head in a carrier bag just to be safe. And I remember a colleague whispering to me, said, shit, it could have been worse. You could have been naked.
I think she just wants to see you naked. If I'm being honest, that seems where she's going with that conversation, that line of conversation, I would say.
Story for another time. I hope your story in our alcoholic pasts is a little bit more favourable than mine.
I haven't got any stories at all. You're the one
Jesus Christ.
with the stories. I'm just talking about normal things. Staying sober, eating right, working out. No, of course I got a story.
Who's this
Early,
guy? I haven't met him.
early 20s when I started getting more heavily into beer and trying different beers. I was going to say, I think, yeah. I think there's another segue. Take note. I think both concerts.
You cheeky bastard.
I think both concerts and house parties were like the big two, my man, in terms of, drinking. I think there's nothing like showing up to somebody's house with 8 cans of Stone's Bitter, laying it down and saying to yourself, well, no one's touching this. I'm set for a fantastic night, like glug glug. But yeah, man, that was a great way of picking up different beers because you're like, I'm going to get wasted anyway, so why not spend a tenner on trying something different? And I think that's how I started to sample different ales. And yeah, my uncle Bernard, who sadly passed away, but he always used to have these killer parties at his, and his cupboard was just filled with random tins that had been there for years in the collection. And I think possibly the first time I had Murphy Stout or Banks's Mild was at one of his dues. But the story that I'm getting to is, didn't we go into beer being terrible at concerts before on the show?
No, I think that was a Skype conversation.
Was that a Skype conversation? It's
yeah,
all
that was like one of our
together.
lockdown Skype sessions.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's the one saving grace. Normally is a concert. They always do Guinness. So, if even if it's out of the can, I'm hitting that over Tuborg or whatever piss they've got on tap. I mean, some of the best nights of my life in blasting away at a 2-pointer of the black stuff. Have you seen those at concerts, dude? Amazing. Life-altering invention, the 2-point glass. One of them. Amazing. Really works wonders for your piss management. But yeah, so one fateful night, I went to a concert with some pals of mine. And yeah, we were first. It was just kind of when you were first started getting served into places, and it was kind of really random if you did or not. But you kind of had that first taste of it, like you go somewhere and you just kind of get away with it, and you were kind of like, "Wow, me? Okay, well, really? Jeez, okay." Must be that pencil thin mustache that I grew out. I'm either going to fiddle some kids or I'm going to get away with some beer. Either one. It's going to be a good night for me.
That risky hot topic there. When I was acquiring the beer this week from Home Bargains, I got ID'd.
No way.
Yeah, I had to take my face mask off.
That is amazing. Well done, you. It's always
Sorry, was this face mask like just taking 10 years off me?
I think that's what it is, man. For me, it's great because it hides my teeth and my nose, and I'm like, I'm beautiful from, eyes above. Fantastic. I'm wearing a hat as well. That's the full package. It's incredible.
So, well done, you. Just because my ponytail of a beard is gone now.
Yeah, as I say, you got rid of
fair enough.
It wasn't sticking out the mask.
Exactly. And that's the reason I got rid of it, because face masks warped it. It was like a question mark.
It was one of those Dean Sheck moles, wasn't it, you had? And the hairs...
And all the hair sprouting out of it.
Sprouting out, yeah.
Yeah.
Well done, you. Yeah, but it's always a nice, nice confidence booster, isn't it?
Exactly.
I
wasn't expecting that on a Tuesday afternoon, just buying 3 beers and no sandwich.
I wonder why you entered the call smiling. Like you've just been just glowing ear to ear all week. Amazing.
So back to your story, mate.
Back to my story. Yes. So we decided to go out to a concert, and yeah, it was one of those kind of first times when you start getting served, and we got served for Tuborg on draft, which is probably the worst thing I've ever tasted in my life. At that point, kind of really had no quality control in terms of what I was drinking. So yeah, I'll have one of those. First started tasting it, thought, tastes a bit weird. There's a hint of fairy liquid to this. But do you know what? I'm gonna keep going. I'm going to soldier on because I'm here. I want to have a good time.
You're not a fruit fly by any chance.
No, I'm not last time I checked my birth certificate. No.
Yeah.
I've
been told the remedy to get rid of the flies is like beer and fairy liquid.
Well, I did consult my birth certificate, and apparently I'm 17, but only in home bargains. So yeah. So I had the one. Thought okay, it's a bit dodgy. Belly was starting to rumble a little bit. I just thought, yeah, that's not the healthiest feeling I've ever had. I had a second one, which was again foolish. I think at this point I was the only one drinking it. I think my mates had something else entirely. So I was the one sticking to the tube box. I was like, nope, I've started. I'll finish it. Had the second one and felt absolutely dreadful. Yeah. I was on the bus home with my mate. We lived close together at that point. Kind of his was the road down from mine. And I just thought, yeah, I'm going to shit myself. I'm definitely going to shit on a bus. And I'm not even 20 yet. I didn't think I was going to. I think I was going to reach this point in my life, so early. But I think I am. So we get off the bus. I'm going to take a shot of Newcastle Brown for this. It's still going all over me. This is probably the messiest brewski I think we've ever had. Zubaz definitely need to clean tomorrow. Got off the bus, belly just aching, like just honestly like something's dying inside me. Went to say goodbye to my mate. Went in for the old manly embrace. As soon as I touched hands with him, shit myself. Poo came straight out, flying out my bum. Felt it just kind of gather in my pants. I was like, oh man, that's really bad. And luckily kind of hobbled away. Speak to you tomorrow, without him noticing. ran up the road, kind of without. As soon as he kind of went to his house, kind of started jogging, went to kind of a nice.
Oh no.
A nice pace, brisk pace up to the top of the road, and then it was like this kind of some bushes and some trees right next to my house, but I couldn't even get to my house. So I've got to get it out. Shit myself there more. Basically, what I did was open my trouser leg up to release the poo that had caught.
Why are we drinking Nookie Brown with this story? Why did you think this was appropriate?
I'd caught on its way out into my pants and out of pants and down my trouser leg, and basically just released it into some random bushes just down the road from my house. And at this point, I'm thinking them to deserve this. So at this point, I'm thinking I'm gonna go again. Managed to get to my house, ran straight upstairs, sat in the toilet, took everything off. Mom was knocking on the door saying, you okay? Because she just heard someone just fly in, run up the stairs, and slam the door. And basically, I just passed her my shitty trousers.
The Nookie Brown, Mum. Called Nookie Brown.
The Nookie Brown, Mum. Passed my shitty trousers through the door to her. Said, "Mom, just burn these. Get rid of them. I don't want to see him again." And released the rest of the Tuborg fairy liquid combination cocktail that I'd drank, and the rest, as I say, is history. And I've never touched a Tuborg again. And cheers to that.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that's the Lager Logs. Tune in next week for more shit stories in both senses of that term.
Is it that time? Is it that time of the night?
Our call's been on for 52 minutes, so we must be getting close.
Wow.
So I'll let you kind of get to your exit spiel.
Okay.
Our final thoughts of the beer.
Final thoughts of the beer, yeah. That's summing up. You said it was about £1.70, £80 for this bad boy? Mm-hmm. I think it's a classic. Yeah, love it. Really smooth. Sweet, almost, without being kind of too sweet. Very drinkable. Yeah. I've done it in the past, and I'll do it again. I could blast through, easily a few bottles of these. Fantastic beer. Classic English beer.
I feel I could easily throw up after a couple of these. Is that nice and smooth? It wouldn't take much effort.
Don't worry, I'll bring you a glass of water. Sorry, just an empty pint glass.
I
If you
just pour it on
do
my
so.
legs. It's fine.
What you reckon? What are your thoughts? Final thoughts? You had some time to think about.
It wasn't as bad. Like, don't judge the book by its cover. But
I'm glad,
was
man. I'm
surprisingly
happy.
kind of. Yeah, definitely. I recommend this over the Hobgoblin.
Yeah, I think it's a better starting brown ale than Hobgoblin is. I mean, I think that's more kind of in at the deep end, really, with the Hobgoblin. We probably should have done it the other way if we had any brain cells, but we don't. So this is the way we've done it. But oh no, it's over once again. Time to say adios. Time to move on with our lives. Stu, it's not you, it's me. You're a real catch. It's just how am I supposed to love someone when I don't love myself?
Ladies and gentlemen, I think he's finishing the show.
Guys, whatever you do in the rest of tonight, have an incredible time. Personally, I'll be drinking whiskey and eating M&Ms until 2 a.m. and wondering to myself, why do I sleep so badly? So it's goodbye. It's goodbye for me. Goodbye from my partner in crime, Mr. Stuart Sutherland, PhD. Stu has already talked about social media, so we will skip that. You did say it's not just you in the mirror with your phone asking, does my bum look big in this hazmat suit? There's more to it than that. So all there is left to say is sayonara, ale acquaintances. We'll catch you next week. Was that good?
Yes.
Did that have the finality we needed? I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't know why I'm doing that.
I don't do the shake weight sign.
Did that have the finality of a restraining order?
Sure.
Nothing quite says this relationship is over like 100-yard stare.
Cheers!
Cheers! Was that a better sign off? I think we did.
You're getting there. You're working on it. We're getting like that was like 10% better.
10%? Is that it?
Aye.
Jeez.
That's it. We're at 40 now.
Okay,
Doing good.
a lot to work on, obviously. That was good, man.